Radha Ramana Hari Govind Jai Jai.
Sadhu Sangha. I want to talk about association with devotees. How important it is to associate with devotees, how we can associate with devotees, and also how we can know how to associate with different devotees. So, yesterday I mentioned when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was instructing Srila Sanatana Goswami, he mentioned 5 important aspects of devotional service. Sadhu Sangha, Nama Kirtan, Bhagavata Shravan, Matuvas, Shadhi, Shimutya Seva. So the first of these is Sadhu Sangha. How do we come into devotional service? Well, Adau Shraddha Tata Sadhu Sangha. First of all, by faith, and then we associate with devotees. But how do we get that faith? By associating with devotees. Maybe unknowingly. And then gradually that comes, and then then we get the faith to come to devotional service. So, Sadhu Sangha, Sarva Shastri Koi. Lavamatra Sadhu Sangha, Sarva Siddhi Hoy. If we just associate with a pure devotee for even a split second, then all perfection is there. But we shouldn't misunderstand that, I just associate with a split second and nothing else is necessary. There's one old devotee in Russia. He met Srila Gurudev and took initiation from him and then kind of went his own way. And then we had a festival in Russia. So one of the other devotees said to him, we're having a festival with Gurudev, are you going to come? He said, no. Sadhu Sangha, Sadhu Sangha, Sarva Lavamatra Sadhu Sangha. If you just associate with a split second, then all perfection. I've associated for so long with him. No, I'm going to preach. We should preach. This is not proper. This is not proper understanding. We should associate with Guru as much as possible. Study. What is association? It means studying how the devotee is carrying out Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smarana, and try to follow. So that takes some time. So we should associate as much as possible. Sadhu Sangha is required at the beginning, and it's required at the end also. Krishna Bhakti Janmamul Hoy Sadhu Sangha. At the beginning, when we come in, so we depend on Sadhu Sangha. And Krishna Prema Jamme Tehu Puna Mukyanga. And when Prem comes, still Sadhu Sangha. Srila Raghunathas Goswami, he's describing how in his spiritual form as Rati Manjari, he's always guided and protected by Rup Manjari. Srila Rupa Goswami in his eternal form. So always Sadhu Sangha, from beginning to end Sadhu Sangha. So Narada Muni, he became a great sage by association with the Bhaktivedantas, great sages, who came and stayed in his place for Chatumasya. And he was serving them, hearing the Harikatha, and sometimes getting their remnants. Then Dhruva Maharaj, little boy lost in the forest, and Narada Muni came, gave him a mantra, and within 6 months he got darshan of the Supreme Lord. Prahlad Maharaj also, son of a demon, but his mother, by the Lord's arrangement, his mother was, the demigods wanted to take her into custody, and Narada Muni kept her in his ashram, and he was explaining Bhagavatam to her, while Hiranyakashipu was performing austerities. So she didn't understand so well, but Prahlad Maharaj was in her womb, and he heard all everything. So when he was born, even though he never associated, like after his birth, with devotees, but he was already a pure devotee. Mrigari the hunter also is a disciple of Narada Muni. So he was half killing animals for fun. And then Narada Muni convinced him that these animals that you're half killing, they're going to come and kill you. So he gave up his hunting and he became a Vaishnava. And then when Narada Muni came back with Parvat Muni, they saw Mrigari dancing and then sweeping the floor and then coming and sweeping the floor. Narada Muni said, what are you doing? So I'm sweeping the ants out of the way, I don't want to kill them. Parvat Muni says, just see. He was half killing animals before and now he doesn't want to tread on an ant. This is Sadhu Sangha. Srila Raghunathas Goswami, Even he was associating with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself, and with Ramananda Roy and Saurabh Damodar, the Lalita and Vishaka and Krishna Lila. But still, not until he went to Vrindavan and he associated with Rupa and Sanatana Goswamis, then he realized his spiritual nature and his service to Radha and Krishna. So Satsanga is so important. Why? Because we get transcendental consciousness from devotees. We have to worship Krishna in transcendental consciousness. We can't create transcendental consciousness. We receive it from those who've got it. Who's got it? From devotees. Who are more, especially from Gurudev, of course. So, 6 types of loving exchange. Practically what to do. Didati pratigrihnati, guyamakyati prichiti, bhunte bhojayate chaiva, sadvidhi pratilakshana. So, feeding and accepting prasad. That's pretty easy. That we can do. And then, didati pratigrihnati, giving gifts and receiving gifts. Not only physical gifts. Like having time for each other. This is also a gift. Time, attention. And then guyamakyati prichiti, inquiring confidentially and speaking confidentially. Not that we're talking to devotees and just talking about what's happening on the internet, or what the latest computer program is, or whatever. Some material things. But as much as possible, when we're talking with devotees, we should discuss topics of Krishna, transcendental vibration, and then lifting our consciousness, not bring our consciousness down. So these are practical things. The next question is, okay, so we're having different kinds of loving exchange with devotees, but how do we know how to associate with different devotees? Because obviously there's differences. It's not that everybody's on the same level. So Srila Rupa Goswami has explained, Krishneti yasya giri, tang manasadriyeta. If somebody says Krishna, if he's chanting Krishna's holy name, then one should at least mentally honor him. He may not be pure devotee, but if he's chanting Hare Krishna, okay, we honor him, at least mentally. Then, if someone dikshasi chet pranantibis, so if somebody has taken diksha in someone, and he's practicing under the guidance of a pure devotee, then we should offer obeisances. We should honor him and respect him. And then, but bhajana vigyam, if someone's very expert in performing bhajan, and ananyam anyanindadi shunya hridam, if his heart is completely devoid of any tendency to criticize. You see, this is the quality of pure devotee. This is the one quality that Srila Rupa Goswami puts forward. No tendency to criticize. This is the lesson for us. We should try to avoid criticism at all costs. Don't criticize other people. Don't criticize, especially devotees. Anybody, don't criticize. Gurudev said this is like the first commandment. Don't criticize, don't criticize, don't criticize. If we criticize, then those bad qualities that we see in others, they'll come to us. Gurudev says it's like throwing water on an electric socket. So the electricity comes back at you. There's a pastime, the prostitute and the sadhu. They were living close to each other. So the sadhu, he was seeing, he's chanting, whatever he's doing, chanting, meditating or whatever. And then he'd be looking across and he'd be seeing how many men are coming to the prostitute there. Disgusting, disgraceful. So he's always thinking that what a horrible life, what a horrible way of living, and like that. And this prostitute, she was always looking at the sadhu's house and thinking, oh, he's so pure, he's so peaceful, such a great personality, so saintly. So they both, at the time of death, came for them both at the same time. And the Vishnu Dutas came for the prostitute. And she said, oh, I think there's been a mistake. The sadhu's over there. I'm so sinful. They said, no. You've been meditating on his good qualities, and those good qualities have come to you, so you can come with us. And meanwhile, guess who came for the sadhu? The Yamadutas. Hey, wait! There's been a mistake. That prostitute's over there. No. You've been meditating on her bad qualities, and they've come to you. You have to come with us. So don't criticize. So if we come in association with a devotee like that, then we should serve them. in every way possible. Srila Rupa Goswami is explaining. Means especially for the spiritual master, for pure devotees. So we should give up everything else, and we should try to serve them and satisfy them. And then they'll be kind and give us what? Money? No. They'll give us these moods of service. Then we'll be happy. Our whole business is to be established in that mood of serving Krishna. Then we can be happy. This is the original nature, it's the original occupation. Srila Rupa Goswami explains that a pure devotee, we shouldn't judge them according to the body. Actually, even if a devotee has come to the level, he's performed sadhana and he's come to the level of bhav, so his body is no longer material, chinmay. It's already spiritualized, Krishnaized. So we shouldn't judge the devotee according to his body, and also we shouldn't judge the devotee according to his habits. Rupa Goswami says that just like the Ganga, during the rainy season there's mud, there's rain, foam, so many things. But still, we'll take bath in the Ganga and we'll become purified. Premananda Prabhu, he was describing, they've done research that even like a few inches away from dead bodies in the Ganga, still it's got antiseptic properties, I can't explain. It's purifying. Even when there's apparently dirty things, materially dirty things in there, still it's purifying. So there are devotional qualities and there's ordinary, devotional qualities and there's social qualities. So it's expected that as we develop devotional qualities, so other qualities, these good qualities, material qualities, will also develop. Isyasi bhakti bhagavat kinchana. These qualities will come naturally. But it may be that somebody who's advanced spiritually may be grumpy, harsh behavior, like that. They have bad habits. So we shouldn't judge them according to the bad habits. We should, if they're of a high spiritual, if they have high spiritual behavior, they're advanced spiritually, that's how we should relate to them. That's not an excuse if I'm thinking that, I've become spiritually advanced, so it doesn't matter how I deal with other people because, these social habits. No. This is not proper understanding. We should try to develop good qualities and we should try to have good interactions with the devotees. So, we should try to relate with devotees in this way. And also have a sense of realism. Like when Srila Prabhupada was here, really we didn't understand how to relate with him at all. I mean, I felt like he was a transcendental alien, like E.T. or something like that. Very, very beautiful, very wonderful person, but I didn't have any idea how to relate to him personally at all. I remember Indradyumna Maharaj, he told one story. He was flying with Srila Prabhupada from one city to another. He was serving Prabhupada. And the devotees at the temple, they provided a tiffin with some prasad. So when the time came, Prabhupada asked for the prasad, so Indradyumna Maharaj gave it, and there was some orange section. So Prabhupada ate all the orange and then left this peel on the plate. So when he'd finished, he said to Indradyumna, he wasn't Maharaj at that time, he said, Indradyumna, he's just like a raw young devotee, he said, so you can take now. He said, look, there's nothing left. He said, Mahaprasad. So he just picked up the orange peels and he starts ramming them into his mouth. He's just eating the orange peels in private. What kind of way of acting is that? So we should have, reverence and honor for the pure devotee, but at the same time, actually we should gradually develop a sense of intimate friendship, but not over the top. Like sometimes we see devotees becoming too intimate and familiar with Gurudev, and it's really painful. Srila Rupa Goswami, he's explained Vishrambhena Seva. That Gurudev explains that Gaurava Seva, service with a mood of opulence or awe and reverence, it's like sunshine. Of course, now we wouldn't mind some sunshine. But in India in the summer, it's very, very scorching, very painful. And this Vishrambhena Seva, the intimate seva, like very close, friendly service, this is like moonlight. It's very cool and soothing. So gradually, we should try to develop that mode. Very difficult now how we can do it, because Gurudev seems so far away. But relating, when we're chanting, remembering, we can relate to Gurudev in this way and develop this relationship. Intimate friendship, friendly relationship, not thinking that he's very far away. So, sadhu sangha is very important. It's the basis of bhakti, source of bhakti, and it's the maintenance. It's like the basis right the way through. Always be in sadhu sangha, here and in the spiritual world as well. So Rupa Goswami, he's explained how we can associate 6 modes of loving exchange with the devotees, and also how to understand the different levels of devotees and how to relate with them. Hare Krishna.